Imagine being just 16 years old, accused of murder. No DNA, no fingerprints, no weapon. Yet the system decided you were guilty. This is the story of Marvin Haynes, a man who lost nearly 20 years of his life to a crime he did not commit. The crime narration. In 2004, tragedy struck a Minneapolis flower shop. A robbery turned deadly and the shop clerk lost their life. Police, desperate to make an arrest, turned their focus on a teenager. Marvin Haynes' no prior record, no history of violence, but that didn't matter. The evidence against Marvin? Practically non-existent. There was no murder weapon, no fingerprints, no DNA, nothing tying him to the crime. Instead, the prosecution relied on eyewitness testimony. But here's the problem. Police used outdated photos of Marvin. They showed him in multiple lineups, practically steering witnesses to choose him. Eyewitness testimony is already notoriously unreliable. And in Marvin's case, it sealed his fate. At just 16 years old, he was sentenced to life in prison for murder. For years, Marvin insisted on his innocence. He filed appeals, wrote letters, begged the courts to review his case, but every attempt was denied. Then, nearly 2 decades later, the Great North Innocence Project stepped in. They uncovered serious flaws in the police investigation and revealed what Marvin had been saying all along: he was innocent. In November 2023, after almost 20 years behind bars, Marvin Haynes walked free. DNA proved his innocence. The wrongful conviction was overturned. He was reunited with his family, hugging his sister, smiling through tears to decades lost, stolen by a system that failed him. Marvin Haynes lost his youth, his freedom, nearly 20 years of his life, all because of a broken system. But his story isn't unique across America. Countless innocent people remain locked away, waiting for justice. If you believe justice should be fair for everyone, share Marvin's story and subscribe, because I will continue uncovering the cases they don't want you to hear. The weight of the gavel. The sirens came first. Then the flashing blue and red lights filled the narrow street where 17-year-old Malik Johnson was walking home from basketball practice. He had his backpack slung over one shoulder, his sneakers tied together and dangling from the strap. The police car pulled up. 2 officers jumped out. "Hands where I can see them," Van shouted. Confused, Malik dropped his bag and raised his hands. His heart thudded against his ribs. He hadn't done anything. But he also knew that didn't matter. Someone a few blocks away had reported a robbery, a wallet stolen from a man near the corner store. The description was vague: a tall black teenager in a hoodie. That was enough. Malik tried to explain. He had been at practice all afternoon. His coach could vouch for him. His teammates could too. But the officers weren't listening. They searched his bag, found nothing.